welcome back to the Pack Chat, our student voice opinion segment. I'm joined today by my co-host, Victor Martinez, as well as our guest co-hosts, Ignacio, Miguel, and Abby Martinez, as we discuss this week's most trending topics. With that being said, let's get started. First, Olivia Jade, the daughter of Lori Loughlin and Massimo Giannoli, finally broke her silence regarding the college admissions scandal her family was charged in. Currently, Lori Loughlin, her mother, is serving her prison sentence, while Olivia Jade was on the show Red Table Talk, hosted by Jada Pinkett Smith, her mother, and daughter Willow Smith. On the show, Olivia talked about how her vision of the world was different then, and how she didn't realize the privilege she has. In fact, she recalled what her parents did at the time she thought was normal. She goes on to say that she's changed, and that while she does not want pity, she does want a second chance. What do you guys think about this? Obviously they were charged in the case for paying to get into college. What do you guys kind of think about her using Red Table Talk as kind of a redemption story and just her trying to, redeem herself now?
I don't know much about specifically the Red Table Talk show, but I feel like her going out after it's been a while and trying to ask for a second chance was I don't think it was out of place. I think it was what anyone would do. You see all these other influencers, and obviously hers was a lot bigger scandal than some of these people are, but I think everyone can deserve a second chance, and her parents are paying for what they did. They're in jail, so it's not they just got off the hook, And so I think her parents are paying for it, and she definitely paid for it too. But I don't know if all the attacking on that show was needed as much. I mean, lately not everyone has realized how much they do have, but lately people have been realizing. And I mean, that was I don't know exactly when that was, but that was a while ago. And so like you're saying, just her, she has a little bubble of her privilege, and she just didn't really know anything else outside of that. But yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that played a huge part as to why the admission scandal took place in the first place. And I think that the reason why I think they didn't understand why people were so upset, because Olivia said, I didn't realize why people were so mad at me. She was because for me, I thought what was going on was normal. And I think, that kind of shows the divide in, the rich Americans to the average Americans. What that family didn't understand was how important college actually is for people, and how seriously people do take getting into colleges like USC. And so, for them, they didn't actually care about going to college, or actually they were never going to use the degrees that they got there, her and her sister. It was just for the name. It was just to say, oh yeah, my kids go to USC, when there are a ton of American students who worked very, very, very hard in high school, who I don't necessarily even know if their spots were even jeopardized by Olivia Jade and her sister going there. But it still kind of shows the huge divide between wealthy Americans and average Americans. I mean, they didn't even know that people actually took college seriously, which is kind of funny to me. I don't know how they didn't know that.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I just think it her saying that the whole situation is telling of her privilege in so many different ways is definitely very accurate, and I'm glad that she's able to recognize that. But at the same time, I just think that I don't know. I think when you kind of ask the public for a second chance, it's almost feels like the same thing as asking for pity, because I understand if she just wanted to tell the story from her perspective and kind of open up a conversation about privilege, or open up a conversation about the disparity between the lives of rich Americans and even average Americans. That's understandable, but the fact that the purpose in her talking about it is to get a second chance from the public is just I don't know. I think it's kind of weird. It kind of just it's playing with that
same privilege again.
Definitely.
But I think since she's finally coming out and repenting about it, it also gives more attention to the story, and therefore I think it gives more rich Americans, I think you would say, that were planning on doing similar mistakes, such as paying for college, a better perspective and more understanding of how unfair it really is, and how they themselves shouldn't be in this bubble. So I think going back to it is actually really important.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Next, a male student, Trevor Wilkinson, was suspended from Clyde High School for wearing nail polish. He came back after Thanksgiving with painted nails, and the school suspended him for violating the dress code. The male dress code at the school states that male students may not have painted nails nor wear makeup. The school said that the student may return to school when he does not have painted nails. The school district is looking into the case after Wilkinson started a petition. What do you guys think about this? Suspended for wearing nail polish. Victor, if you remember, Abby might have been on the back chat too then last year when we had a story about a kid getting suspended for wearing or expelled for wearing a rainbow t-shirt. And this is kind of all that I can think of when I read this story. What do you guys think about this? I mean, obviously we would never see this at our school, but it's still 2020 and that's still a public high school. It's not even a private high school. That's a public high school that someone was suspended for wearing nail polish. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I think that's crazy. I think especially because it's a public high school, like that is a like public government funded high school. I think people should be able to wear whatever they want as long as it's not something that's distracting or something that's like, I don't know, like graphic or something like that. Like it's just like inappropriate for school, but like nail polish or makeup, which is something that girls can wear all the time. Like I just don't understand why people make such a big deal out of it. I think it's like almost the same thing as that Harry Styles controversy that was like started like a little like I feel like a few weeks ago about like him wearing a dress on the cover of Vogue. It's just like let people wear whatever they want. Like, they're not doing any harm to you. Why punish them for just like wanting to wear some nail polish?
Yeah, and I definitely think that it's a bit severe because it's nail polish is my thing. That's not even a clothing item. I mean, the debate on dress code has been around for so long about how, who it targets and, the unfairness of it. But this is just like, I didn't even know that they could tell you that you couldn't have nail polish or makeup on. Like it almost doesn't make sense to me. Like that at that point, is that even the dress code? Like that's your skin at that point. I don't really understand that.
Yeah, I feel like, I personally think that's like literally so dumb. The fact that like just having like paint on his like nails is like getting him like suspended or expelled or whatever happened. But like Victor said, if a girl did that, like I would never be distracted or anyone be distracted like a girl's nails or a girl's makeup. So like what does it make a difference that it's like a guy? And like you said, if it's even like the dress code at that point, like I don't know exactly where this school is, but like our school would never do that. It's just like almost like a double standard where it's like it's not harming you in any way, like Victor said, like it's not affecting you or like you're learning. So like I don't see the big deal of like why he should have to like stop his learning just because like his nails are painted.
There's no way it can be distracting. It's literally his nails. Like it can easily be hidden away, and even so, it shouldn't be something that any male should hide away. It's just so disappointing.
Yeah, and his petition did get a lot of attention, so I'm hoping that, we will see, maybe a change in their dress code come from this. Finally, Elon Musk, the Tesla founder, officially resides in Texas. This comes after he opened a Tesla factory in Austin and talked about making the move for quite some time from California. What do you guys think this means for Texas as we see so many more companies coming over?
Yeah, I mean, like we've seen like Austin like growing like so much in terms of that, and a lot of different like companies moving like production centers and factories and everything like to this area. I don't know, like it's just expanding a lot.
Yeah, and I actually just saw a statistic today that actually said that Austin is the #1 growing city in America right now.
Oh.
And I mean, we just had Google come over, and I'm really hoping that, we might see some good growth for Austin and definitely a change in the economy, as well as maybe a change in voters.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely like you said, like Google and Apple and I guess like now Tesla are these like really major companies. And so I think like as those like start to come over, like other smaller ones might like follow them and then I'll just like be like more growth for the city and everything. But
Yeah. But that's all I have for today. Remember, Team Wolfpack, there's always time to chat. Thanks, guys.